Hello, everyone, and welcome to the week ahead energy reading for the Mind, Body, Soul Transformation Collective. I only have a short time to do this video, so I'm hoping we can get that done. But I did want to jump on and make sure I got it done and out to you. What has been coming up for me a lot in the last few days is releasing the stories that we hold on to and tell ourselves. A lot of opportunity, and I mentioned this in last week's energy reading, a lot of opportunity and potential for healing and releasing the parts of our past that are holding us back from our future. And a big piece of that has been like every time those little stories pop into your head that you're telling yourself something about yourself, usually from a place of judgment or shame, how can we release that and actually come back to what the truth is, what our truth is. So with that in mind, I'm going to start with my Inner Child Oracle deck to just pull us a few cards for the overarching energy. This week we do have the new moon in Taurus on the 27th, 28th, depending on where you live in the world. And new moons are all about setting intentions. And so starting to think about what your intentions might be around the physical aspects of your life, given Taurus is a earth energy, financial, material, physical stability and security. What is it that you're wanting to set in place there? And what's coming through as I say that is also being mindful of what those stories are that have held you back from actually calling that in to this point. All right, messages for the Mind, Body, Soul Transformation Collective for the week ahead. Messages that are of the light and for the best and highest good of all. Thank you, Spirit. I need to go back in. You deserve to be seen. I'd already seen that one too. Any other messages, Spirit? Look, you are wanted. There is a home waiting within is that card. I'll just see if any others come out and then I'll grab it so I can show you the visual. Seems this is not the deck. I can see my pocket archetypes deck staring at me, so I think that's why we're not getting much here. Seek guidance in this. It's time for a different perspective. Get a different deck. Let me grab the one card that did come out. You are wanted. There is a home waiting within. I'm actually going to read that one and then I will grab the pocket archetypes deck to see what's in there for us because it's obviously something. Abandonment is a wound that many of us carry. It is a tender place within us that mourns at the prospect of rejection. Such a sweet heart beats within those who have experienced the pain of being unwanted. Be gentle with yourself in the presence of this pain. At our core, we all crave connection and to be drawn into the embrace of a beloved soul. So to me, that's speaking to exactly that energy I was just speaking about, the stories and experiences and wounds, shadow aspects of ourselves that are coming up for us to heal right now for many of us. And I know this has been true of me in the last week. Those wounds might be around our connections with other people and how safe and wanted we feel within those. But also what's coming to me, I went and saw Lee Harris last night, which was incredible. Anyway, one of the messages that came through from a member of the audience that I thought was really powerful and I felt it resonate with others around me was this idea of you don't have to stay within connections that aren't in alignment with where you are at, particularly where they negatively influence you, your experience of this life, of this world. And when he said it, he was speaking to someone around family connections, which I think is something we often feel like we're born into that. So we have to maintain those relationships like they're sacred above all else, even above our own happiness and well-being. And I think to me, this card with the message around abandonment and you being wanted is that there are people in this world that want you, that see you with the you deserve to be seen card popping through at different points in time of me shuffling that deck for who you are and will love you for who you are. And maybe we're releasing this idea of We're releasing the idea of what relationship and connection has meant in the past and how it's been structured and controlled is almost the word that's coming through for me. And we're stepping into a new way of being in a relationship with others that is about this ability to be seen and to grow and evolve together. And when a connection or relationship is no longer in alignment with that, and that is not possible, i.e., one person or both are unwilling to do that work and to work towards getting back in alignment and to growing together, then we will be more comfortable with releasing those connections. I had the Forest come out, which I'm not sure. Any other messages, Spirit? The Judge. The Forest and the Judge. And anything else? Oh, way too many. Right. Interesting. I'm not going to take them, but the mother and father are together here, given we were just talking about releasing family connections. Still too many. Any other cards, Spirit? I feel like there's one flipped over in this deck. Right. Imagining it, maybe. Any other messages, Spirit? Thank you. Oh, that's 3. I think that's going to be too many, but we'll see what's... Gosh, they really want to fly today. The Gem, the Lover, the Crone, the Bridge at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to just take the Forest and the Judge. This card was sticking out to the Orphan, which... Very interesting energy. All right. The Forest, 78. The forest, the woods, the thicket, the jungle. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It likely included all the mythic dynamics of this archetypal space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it, and then that you get lost within it. You may think that there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough, you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and entanglement. But equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among trees. You are on an adventure now, and there's no turning back, so embrace the dim light and the moving shadows. Whether literal or imaginal, brave the forest and get lost getting found. If you get out of the forest without feeling lost, you are only in a little grove of trees. The great archetypal forest requires we spend at least one night frightened for our lives. What is coming to me there? And the message last week was around this new path opening in front of us. And I've just done another reading for someone actually that also spoke about a new path and like this, almost like this bare land rather than a forest of the ability to create what it is that you're wanting to create in front of you, like just the endless potential of all of that. But it's almost as if that it's that overwhelming feeling that's coming through with this forest card of getting, what was the phrasing? The pathless path and get lost getting found. Chills as I say that. Yeah, I really think that this is feeling like a continuation of last week's message, but also in what I was just saying about releasing the parts of our past that are holding us back from creating this future, and that can be scary because it almost takes away that comfort of a path in front of you. So that might be more than just relational connections. It might be things within your life, stories within your life, but it also might be the foundations on which you have been built or you have shown up in the world before. And that feeling of overwhelm, but also endless possibility that can come with releasing all of that and having literally the possibility to create anything in front of you. and to try and recognize when that fear is showing up, to sit with that and release that, and to focus more on that, the new things that are coming in and the glimmers of hope and the glimmers of inspiration that are coming through to allow you to create this new path in front of you. The other card was the Judge, 132. The Judge, the critic, the diplomat, the advocate. The judge has an incredibly important job. They work every waking hour of every day, helping us discern what is safe, true, and just. When this archetype remains unconscious or is captivated by fear, wise discernment turns into painful judgment of self and other. Ironically, the judge's energy can be the seed of racism, bigotry, and fear-mongering. This is the judge out of balance, building walls, separating from other. When this same discerning force is made conscious and healed, however, the judge may be found advocating for civil rights causes, standing up for the underdog, providing resources to those in need, and forgiving again and again. Love is the deciding factor. Awakening this archetype is essential for the complex times we are in, and to get your judge in order, the world needs it. The judge's energy is contagious. When we feel judged, walls go up all around. Similarly, when we feel accepted, the entire world softens. Yeah, what's coming through for me is our experience of the forest. Within the forest, we can be in that place of fear and the shadows and all of that, making that experience really scary for us and feeling it too fearful to move forward, or we can see all the beauty that exists within the forest. And there's something here around needing to release those parts of our life right now. Again, they can be connections, situations, stories about ourselves that are based in judgment, because they are holding us back from creating this new path, stepping into this new path, but also appreciating the opportunities that surround us. And it's like that fear of abandonment idea again, in many ways. It's like that fear of the pathless past, that if we release this and we're alone in whatever our journey is, that overwhelming feeling that can come with that is stopping us from actually stepping into this. All right. In the interest of time, 14:41 on the clock as I say that, which absolutely can be speaking to new beginnings around these foundational aspects of our life, which also really, like, this all can sit really nicely within the energy of this new moon that is this weekend. What tarot deck am I wanting to use? Given we've got a new moon in Taurus, we're going to go back to my old faithful favorite, Earth Woman Tarot, and see what messages want to come through here. All right, messages for the Mind Body Soul Transformation Collective for the week ahead. Too many, Spirit, but Ace of Swords was one of those cards, aligning with our truth. King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands. Very similar energy to the reading I've just done, actually. The Star at the bottom of the deck with the Devil, Five of Cups, releasing the things that are holding us back, keeping us chained into this life this path. She's on a path too, keeping us chained in this path that we shouldn't be walking anymore. All right, as I said, we've got the King of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and Eight of Wands. There is a new idea or new creation, new path that you are wanting to call into existence. Oh, I just noticed the stepping stones. There's actually a path on this card. Yep, this is the creation of your new path. And it is balanced either side with the energy of passion and drive and determination of the King of Wands and the grounding energy of the Queen of Pentacles. And even to some degree, that balancing of that masculine and feminine energy of the drive and commitment and structure to call this in, but also the receiving accepting the flow of the feminine energy with the stream flowing down to her there. And that is how you create this path. We've got the Eight of Wands here, which is, again, fire energy, fast moving energy. We've got the stream behind it, so it might be that this is all coming in very quickly. This can speak to messages coming in as well, so you might be receiving messages from your guides around what this path is that you are meant to be creating in front of you or meant to be walking. You may be receiving messages from other people as well that are meant to be on your path or have something to contribute to your path. Anything else you want us to know, Spirit? Knight of Cups. An Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands and the Sun. Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Death. Two of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Okay, so with the Knight of Cups coming out, it did come out on the side, which can mean it's not necessarily yet influencing the creation of this path, but this energy does talk to being led by your heart and your intuition at this point in time, and maybe it's come out on its side because you're not actually connecting with that yet, around that you can't connect with this until you have really sat with what it is that you are needing to release and coming to that home within. Once you have recognized that you are wanted and there is a home within that is guiding you and calling you to create this path, that is when you'll be able to step into this energy of being heart and intuition led. And then we have the Sun and the Ace of Wands, which is, like, again, incoming new ideas, passion, a more passionate energy with the Sun as well, being really fiery energy. We've got a bit of Leo energy here also, which might have to do with timing, in that this path might be being created in the lead up to Leo season. There's a lot of passion that's feeding into this, and this was a message that came through when I was at Lee Harris last night too, that he shared around this idea of our magic is found in the place where passion and fire exists. And so connecting with our passion with the Ace of Wands here, seeing our passion and letting that light us up and move us forward on this path. Just see if there's any final messages. This has been a very beautiful, succinct message so far. Any final messages, Spirit? Ten of Swords, releasing of the past, end of a chapter that could be really difficult. I think, again, this speaks to what are those things that are judgmental, that are holding you back. There might be some hurt there that still needs to be worked with. We did have the Star and the Devil card there before, of needing to heal those things, really sit with them. Anything else, Spirit? I heard a no. Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I saw that and looked immediately at the inner child. There is something about needing to sit with your inner child this week from a place of forgiveness, or forgive and release the things that have suppressed your inner child. That, again, that may be familial connections. Fascinating. I'm going to pull out my other new tarot deck, which is the Dreams of Gaia deck, Intuition. I figured there was a message here. Intuition. I'm going to read from the book for that one, and then we'll be done. There are many words and phrases used to describe the subject of the six influence card, intuition. That funny feeling, an inkling, a sneaking suspicion, a hunch, a knowing, a feeling in one's bones. It is inexplicable. You cannot pinpoint why you feel or believe as you do. You just know it in your gut, and every fiber of your being demands that you listen. Intuition is your sixth sense. Intuition is a knowing or a gut feeling that you experience without fully understanding the logic or the reason behind the feeling. It might defy rational thought or explanation, but you want to trust it nonetheless. Intuition is a bridge between conscious and unconscious minds, between instinct and reason. It is your unconscious mind communicating with you. It can come to you in a flash of insight or a feeling, or you can have an intuitive experience within a dream or a daydream. It is also something quite often experienced during creative endeavors. In fact, most creative endeavors are better for being intuitive. It takes both courage and practice to heed your intuition. We are so often told to base our decisions on rational thought and logic and to weigh each choice with care. Your decision-making process can, however, be enhanced by listening to your gut feelings. In fact, it is important to use both rational thought and reason and intuition and instinct. Having this card appear signifies the importance of heeding your intuition. It is better to appear foolish in the short term than to make a mistake that could cost you far more in the long term. What do you do when you have half a dozen options before you, all have equal pros and cons? In the end, the only option available is to go with an intuitive decision and pick the one that feels right for you. If a situation or a person has you feeling tense, has your stomach in knots, has you feeling agitated, uncomfortable, or pressured, then back away. Trust your gut. Conversely, if someone has you feeling at ease and imbued with a sense of rightness, embrace the moment. Heed your feelings. If you have a situation that needs resolving, a problem that needs solving, somebody close to your heart that needs help, then it is time to stop worrying. Calm yourself, calm your mind. Extreme emotions such as anger and fear will only hamper your intuitive abilities. Find a quiet place, go for a walk, clear your mind. The answer, the solution will come via intuitive means when you stop worrying over a problem. I think to me that card is just reinforcing this idea of a really strong need to sit with what it is we're needing to look at, these stories, releasing all of those stories, releasing anything that is coming from a place of judgment, and really being open to allowing our intuition to guide us on creating this new path and not getting caught up, like taking it a moment at a time and not getting caught up in the fears, the hopes, the desires, and trying to create a path based on someone else's path, step by step following your intuition and letting that guide you to create what it is that you are calling in right now. And there's a lot of messages coming in through your intuitive pathway if you can just sit with it and be open to it and listen to it. All right, I'm going to wrap that one up there. Have a beautiful week ahead. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates. Again, another very individual-based message. And yeah, I would love to hear if this resonated and helped you. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.